This four-step process not only changed my life in 90 days, but possibly saved my life. In fact, I used this four-step process not too long ago to help me change my life 180 degrees from being jobless to making some income from my passion. So I'm going to share with you this particular framework. So after I lost my job during the pandemic, what happened was I was lucky enough to be able to retire. And this story for me could have been a happily ever after. But that said, in life, there's always twists and turns. And two major things happened. Number one, a couple of my family members or a couple of my loved ones actually got affected by the pandemic. And the second thing is inflation, where we could see the prices of living just started getting more and more expensive. So what essentially happened was I had a choice between helping my loved ones or retire happily ever after. And I chose helping my loved one. I did not want to feel guilty for hoarding the money, and this was where I helped the people around me during the time of need. So what essentially happened financially was my cash burn rate was very high on a monthly basis, where my expenses was not only myself, but also to help my loved ones. That's the first thing. Second thing was, since I was retired, there was not much of income coming in aside from my passive income, which is my rental income, and also from my digital assets. And essentially what happened was high cash burn rate, and the income coming in was just not enough to cope. And being someone in a financial industry, which is always thinking about money and cash flows, I could forecast if this were to continue, I would probably end up in a not so comfortable position. So at that point in time, I still remembered waking up in the middle of the night, trying to figure out the solution. I was anxious, and on top of that, I was really scared. And this was the first time in a very long time I was afraid in my adult life. What should I do? And I still remembered I have one of two choices. Should I continue spiraling downwards or fight for the light? And I chose option number two, to fight for the light. And the main reason behind this was I was still really young when I retired, and I knew I had the energy and experience to contribute in economy. And this is a four-step plan I took to eventually move towards making income from my passion. So remember this acronym, I kind of made it up myself. It's PACE. P is for plan, A is for taking action, C is for being consistent, and E is for enjoy. So right now, let's go to P, which is planning. I truly believe as human beings, we can move from one destination to the next destination. It's a little bit like driving. When we want to drive from destination A to destination B, we need to have a roadmap. And over here, while I was being retired, I asked myself, how do I get from retirement to getting my dream job, which I'm passionate about? So the first thing I did was ask myself, what do I really want? And for you right now, if you're watching this, my question for you is, what do you really want? What makes you excited? And what will make you happy if you achieved it today onwards? The second thing we should do once we know our destination is to start taking action. Over here, I still remember during the pandemic, what I used to do was I used to watch a lot of Netflix, and I could not go outside to exercise. And at that particular point in time, I still remembered being bigger and bigger. That said, post the pandemic, I wanted to lose weight. And this was where I took action. And when I first started, I just told myself to walk maybe 500 meters, not too far away. And then day by day, I told myself to improve a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And eventually what happened was from 500 meters, it became 1 kilometer. From 1 kilometer, it became 2 kilometers, so on and so forth. And that's when I started to lose weight. So for our plan right now, if we want to get our dream job, the next question you should ask is, what are the steps to enable you to get your dream job? The third letter is being consistent. Over here, I know in the beginning, there is a high chance every time when we take action, we won't see that much of results, and it will be really frustrating, and it feels like we want to give up. Many times, even I wanted to give up when I did not see any results in the beginning. And I kept asking myself, why am I even doing this? But if you're consistent enough, you never give up, and you keep on taking action and improving on that action, eventually that goal will come closer and closer to you. And number 4 is to enjoy the overall process. I still remembered when I was a junior analyst, it was always chasing that dollar amount. And once I chased that dollar amount and achieved that dollar amount, I increased that dollar amount. And what I used to do was, it was from one destination to the next destination, and I was never happy. Right now, as I grow a bit older, I keep reminding myself that the joy is in the journey. So please enjoy and celebrate every small milestone you make. And even though you may fall every once in a while, you will always be happy. So my question is, for the next 90 days, what goals do you have? What do you want to achieve? Put it down in the comment section.